both a wireless setup and a wired setup. Alright YouTube, what's up? It's Stank back again. Just wanted to make a video on my motovlogging setup and maybe just give a few tips and tricks if you are just getting into it, beginning or in the beginning stages of both a wireless setup and a wired setup. So please stay tuned for some more information on my motovlogging setup. I'm going to pause it real quick and just say thank you for all those that have subscribed here recently. I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers before the end of the year. It'd be great if you all could hit the subscribe button. Definitely would appreciate it if you guys did, if this helps in any way. Alright, so for my wireless setup, I'm using a Sena GP10 that's attached to a GoPro Hero 4 Black. This thing is super convenient. It's actually really nice. Comes in a small little package. It makes the camera profile a little bit thicker, but overall I really don't notice anything different between wearing just the GoPro itself. The case that comes with it, it's waterproof. It's also a little bit thicker. It is really nice being able to take this and ride out in the rain, especially where I live. The climate can change really quickly, so this is definitely a great thing to have. I did have to buy a like an arm. I'm able to mount it on my Shoei RF 1200. Just slides right in over here, and I've tried to make it to where the center of the camera is also pretty much right in the middle of my nose. It's probably not 100% perfect, but it does the job pretty good for all my videos. So again, this is called the Sena GP10. You do have to use it with a Sena Bluetooth device. I currently have the Sena 30K installed on the side of my helmet here. One great thing about using these two devices together is what I've recently learned is that you can pick up other riders' audio while you're riding. So you have the potential or the capability to do dual vlogs. You can put a clip in real quick from one of my past rides. The audio isn't as good as my HD mode on this Sena GP10, but it sounds really good. It's pretty clear. You're able to understand it, and it's a great option that I just recently found out about.
Yeah, somebody's going slower than they're supposed to.
I see a boat in the front. I think that's what's causing the traffic. Oh man, it sucks.
Yeah, getting hot.
Again, that's riding with the Sena 30K in mesh mode. Another thing about mesh mode is you can turn off the mesh mode and you can continue vlogging on your own. And then if you want to rejoin the conversation with somebody else, all you do is hit one button, you can turn the mesh mode back on, and you can talk to everybody else that you're riding with. So it's really good to have the capability, sometimes just the opportunity to mute other riders out if you have something that's on your mind that you want to talk about. So again, a great option using this together. One thing I've noticed about the Sena GP10 is that in post, I have to increase the volume. This Final Cut Pro, as you can see on the computer back there, which isn't a hard thing to do, but I noticed that sometimes my voice and everything else is kind of quiet. Maybe that's just me, but I am a soft-spoken person pretty much, but that's just my experience so far. So just real quick to install this, put it together, push it in, and then you'll see there's an arrow here and an arrow here, so you just line the arrows up and you're good to go. Another convenient thing about having this is you can charge both the Sena GP10 and the camera at the same time. If you just plug in your power right here to the GP10, it'll charge up the battery and your GoPro as well. So that's another nice thing about being able to charge and just get multiple things done at once. So that about wraps up my wireless setup. Again, this is called the Sena GP10. I ended up buying mine off of eBay. I think the seller was asking around $100, I think 2 years ago. Now they seem to be, prices are lower on eBay, but at the time I checked Sena's website, they were selling for $70. So I asked the seller if they would match that price. Sena.com was out of stock actually, and but the seller matched the price, so I was able to save a few bucks that way. So make sure you shop around or pick it up secondhand. For those that are new, I would definitely suggest trying to search Facebook Marketplace, eBay, and things along that line, so you can save some money up front. A lot of people buy GoPros and only use them a handful of times. So GoPro Hero 4 Black is what I wanted, to be able to use the Sena GP10. Now that's pretty much it for my wired setup, or my wireless setup. So removed my wired setup. This is a built helmet. It was my first one. It's a backup helmet, just in case I ever need it. I have a wired mic in here. I use, again, GoPro Hero 4. I have a case that I purchased off of Amazon that has the cutout already there for the door to access the 3.5mm jack. So what I did is I bought a 90-degree angle 3.5mm jack, so you're good to go with that, along with a TRS to TRRS adapter, and this helps with converting one channel or one audio into two audio channels, so you can hear it out of both left and right. If you are only hearing your audio out of one side, you may need this to help cure that. Then I hook it into which was this was my first setup, so it was a little basic when I first started, but most everybody probably has a set of or you can get a set of Apple EarPods. They've come out for a few years now, so you should be able to get them pretty easily. And what I did is I used this mic. All I did was put a dead cat over it. I covered it up. So what I did is I just cut off this earbud right above the mic, and then for the other earbud I cut it off down here because I don't need all this to be wrapped up in the mic at all. So this was my very beginning mic that I used, and I would just plug it right into the Rode adapter. Then from there I have it routed, you know, throughout the helmet, behind the padding, just like everybody else does. Comes all the way up in here. Probably can't really see where the mic is in here, but it's just tucked into a cheek pad. And then once I had the camera connected, like I said, just plug it into here and be good to go. I would have the actual camera over here like this, plugged in. Everything would be out of the way. But the nice thing about this setup is that you can kind of just tuck it in underneath the chin skirt, and it's just out of the way for, you know, everyday riding, or if you weren't vlogging, it would be good to go. Again, that is my wired setup. The only, I guess, downfall with this one is if you don't push this in all the way, or if it was somewhat loose, or if anything came loose during the ride, then you would lose all audio. With my wireless setup, as long as everything's plugged in, it's good to go. It's paired. It's going to pick up everything that's recorded during the ride. No real complaints. I think the audio was good from this. I don't have any videos right now where I think I used this one, but maybe I can get out there and do a clip in the next few weeks with my wired setup versus my wireless setup. So yeah, that pretty much covers it for my wired setup. Again, just use a 90-degree adapter to plug into GoPro, to a Rode adapter, into the Apple mic. Again, that was pretty easy, pretty cheap. It wasn't very hard to get a hold of these things. You can even use one of your original GoPro cases if you feel like cutting a hole in yourself. I just felt like it was easier to get this one with the hole already in it. But yeah, that's pretty much it for my wired setup. If you all have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. I'd like to take a second and thank you all. I've had a lot of new subscribers lately. I am trying to get to 100 subscribers before the end of the year, so if you are watching this, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Definitely appreciate the support. Hopefully this helped you with your motovlogging setup, or if you have a friend that needs this, please share it with them. That'd be awesome if you could. If you guys have any questions, any comments, any constructive criticism, go ahead and let me know in the comments below. If you liked it, go ahead and hit the like button. And again, thanks for subscribing for those that have here in the past few months, and hopefully I can bring you guys some more good content. Oh, actually, I have gotten a second camera. just a backup camera. I haven't really started using it for vlogging, but I will be using this on my handlebars on my BMW S1000R, and it is nice because this is compact. It's a GoPro Hero 5 session, so it has some stability control stuff in it, so it'll make for hopefully a better second angle camera than what I had before. It was just a GoPro Hero Plus, so it should be some good stuff. Obviously, I'm just going to use the audio out of my my GP10 or my wired mic if I were to use this. I actually do have a video of how, if you have an S1000R and you want to put a camera on your bars, on your handlebars, I will link that in the description below. You can look for it as a suggested video as well. But again, if you guys have any questions, comments, please let me know below. Definitely appreciate the support. Peace out.